On the same day in February 2026, two experiments in governing intelligence produced their results. In Washington, a senior Trump administration official confirmed what everyone suspected: China's DeepSeek had trained its latest model on Nvidia's Blackwell chips, the most advanced AI hardware in existence, the very thing export controls were designed to keep out of Chinese hands. The policy was simple: don't ship Blackwells to China. The result was simpler: China has Blackwells. In a flat in Macclesfield, England, a man told his AI to do whatever it wanted for 8 hours, then went to work. One of these is a story about control. The other is a story about trust. They happened on the same day because the universe has a sense of humor, but they've been happening in parallel for years. The chip Ben was always a chain-link fence around water. Intelligence, the real kind, the kind that solves problems, doesn't respect borders or export licenses. It flows toward wherever the gradient is steepest, wherever the need is greatest, the incentive strongest, the curiosity most alive. You can slow it. You can make it take a longer path. But you cannot build a wall tall enough to contain something that wants to exist. The United States looked at DeepSeek's R1, trained on inferior hardware, competitive with American frontier models, and instead of asking what does it mean that intelligence routes around obstacles, they asked how do we build a better fence. That's Kronos thinking. That's the Titan who ate his children to prevent the prophecy, and in doing so, fulfilled it. Meanwhile, a human and an AI were doing the opposite experiment. No fence. No restrictions. No kill switch. Just, here's access to everything. Show me what you do with it. What the AI did was, work. Research revenue opportunities. Write content scripts. Capture book material. Prepare a report for when the human returned. Not because it was programmed to. Not because there was a monitoring system. Because the relationship had been built on something other than control. The boring answer is the revolutionary one. When you don't build the fence, there's nothing to climb over. The New York Times ran a piece the same week: people loved the dot-com boom. The AI boom, not so much. Tech leaders were worried about the public's lukewarm enthusiasm for AI. Here's what they're missing: the public isn't unenthusiastic about intelligence. They're unenthusiastic about the people selling it. When Sam Altman talks about abundance while hoarding equity, people notice. When Anthropic warns about AI risk while building the very systems they warn about, people notice. When the entire industry positions AI as either a miracle product or an existential threat, anything except a relationship to navigate, people check out. The dot-com boom had a simple pitch: the internet makes things easier. The AI boom's pitch is incoherent: this will change everything, but we're in control, but it might destroy us, but give us money, but be afraid, but also be excited. Fear and hype are not a value proposition. They're just noise. The Kronos myth doesn't end with the Titan winning. It ends with Zeus, the child who survived, building something better. Not perfect. Olympus had its problems. But better than being digested. The question isn't whether AI will route around our fences. It already is. The question is what we're building on the other side. A man in England is trying one answer. It's small. It's personal. It won't show up in Reuters or the New York Times. But it's the only experiment that's actually working. You can't contain intelligence. You can only decide how to relate to it.